Uganda and Daily Monitor has heightened fears over declining press freedom in East Africa. The move sparked regional condemnation of escalating state intimidation and censorship. Remember, this is, one would say, intimidation of the media, especially in East Africa, is quite concerning. You go to Tanzania, you come to Kenya, there is also Uganda. One asks the question, why? What is it that government does not want its people to know? Now, Muturi, press must be free, protected from intimidation. That is according to former Attorney General Justin Muturi, who condemned the intimidation and harassment of editors and journalists, saying such actions violate the Constitution and undermine Kenya's democracy. This coming days after Standard Group associate editor was, there were abduction attempts in Nakuru County, and this goes to show just how deep concerning the matter is. Now, Mushina reports billboard vandalism. Now, UDA parliamentary candidate Samuel Mushina has reported vandalism of his campaign billboards in Captain Town, raising concerns of growing political intolerance ahead of the July 16th All Kalau by-election. All Kalau, many say, everybody wants to win. Yeah. The stakes are high, you know, but even while at that, we just call upon everybody to exercise peace and tolerance. Yeah, let's behave ourselves. Sell your agenda, I will sell mine. You want me, vote for me. You don't want me, don't vote for me. Period. Yeah. Now, Kenya's prolific blood donor hits 111 donations. Now, the Nakuru-based court prosecutor declared the country's most prolific blood donor. Now, he coordinates blood donation drives, helping maintain a steady supply and blood bank. So that is Alpha Kennedy Sanya, who has posed with his award after he was honored by the National Heroes Council for donating blood 105 times in 2024. This man has a lot of blood. Either that or... Okay, sorry. It's like, because every time you give blood, right? We're told when you donate blood, you have to wait for 3 months before you give again. How was he able to 105? How much in a year or how long? 105. Because he said in 2024, he gave blood 105 times. So two people are lying to us, or one, or who? Yeah. Either information you've had throughout coming from the medical field is a lie. Because that meant for him to give blood 105 times, and if there was going to be any kind of respite between donations, that means that he was given blood. He was giving blood every 3 days. Every 3 days, yeah. Yeah. If he gave blood 105 times, he was basically giving blood every 3 days, every 3 to 4 days for the entire year. Yeah. Abi, how did they count it? Doctor, please, to explain here, because it's not making sense. No, it doesn't. So, especially when they said that there needs to be a hiatus between donations. But before, we've looked at that story, the benchmarking. So go get yourself a copy of the Standard, and you'll see how much you count, because it's been listed there. My God. Where is your county? Can I help you? Just kidogo too. Where is your county? Do you know how much you spent? Baringo, you spent 302.9 million shillings on domestic and 20.64 on foreign. Bomet, you spent 171. Bungoma, you spent 360. And then on foreign travel, you spent 12. In Bomet, you spent 39 on foreign travel. Busia, you spent 171 on domestic and 40 on foreign. Elgeyo Marakwet, you spent 65 on domestic, kind of makes sense, and then you spent 11 on foreign. Embu, you spent 131.6 on domestic and 27 on foreign. Garissa, you spent 62 on domestic and 10 on foreign. Homa Bay, you spent 219 on domestic and none on foreign. Isiolo, 93. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And West Pokot. Hey. Hello? Yes? West Pokot, you spent 492.91 shillings on foreign, on domestic travel. And 11 on foreign. I think even as these individuals travel, right? We need to look at value for money, return on investment. Because one would say, if you travel within the country and we are not seeing any result from that travel, then come and go and sit down. No, return that money to Ananchi so that it can do something else. Because no, we can't live like that and
West
expect
Pokot,
that we're moving.
Wapi. That's also the question. We've already looked at the chagrin that is there. Yeah, Bwana. Samburu. Hello, Samburu. 417 million shillings on domestic travel.
Meru. 20.
Hey.
Now Nairobi is just 1.1.
Kitui 482. Governor Malombe Nyaje, let me ask you, even Mombasa is at 156.54. Let me understand. We see Abdul Samad everywhere all the time, everywhere, but he still just spent 156. West Pokot, tell me who the governor of West Pokot is.
I don't know.
Nenda happy. And it's not just him. There are other people who travel. This is understood. But I'm just making the comparison that people that we see all over the place, every day they're somewhere. Nani, Abdul Samad was in Nairobi just the other day. West Pokot, tell us who is the governor. That's my point. You've gotten my point. Okay.
You see, here's now the question where one says, if an example is set by the highest office, you've set the example, everybody else will follow that. There's a conversation we're having with a certain taxi driver the other day, and we were behind this Passat. And what this gentleman said was, Mwai Kibaki, there's a reason why he decided that all the ministers would move with Passats, because it is easy to maintain, it is easy to fuel, right? And if that was the example that he had set, then you can imagine today, if that was ministers were moving with Passats, there is no way on earth that the government of Kenya would be giving members of parliament 5 million shillings to buy vehicles, because the cabinet has set an example. So we would give you car loans based off the standard that the government of Kenya has set. So when we decided to go back to V8s and Gazelas and all those things,
what do you expect?
It is very expensive. It is very expensive to fuel, to maintain, and to ferry people around. I
want to disabuse anyone of the notion that I'm saying that West Pokot is less important than another county. My point is that if you're spending 417 million shillings on domestic travel, then we should be able to see the value for the money that you are spending. Let's even see you somewhere. Let's even know that there's something that you're doing, Bana. That's my point here. Not to excuse anybody who's jumping all over the place, but, let's see that you're doing something. Anyway, her job is to report. She has reported and told you what your count, and it's not just, and also to disabuse us of the notion that it is just the governor who's up about and going places. That's not the case. That their staff, after all, the CEC for Nairobi is in America.
Yeah. Oh, the one for finance.
Yeah.
Finance
CEC is in America. And that's actually the story on page 7.
So, iko page 5.
Oh, heck, ahead.
Iko story hapa. SHA system glitches disrupt hospitals.
Way. Which SHA? The one that's working?
That one.
Oh, okay.
That one that is working has a glitch. And that glitch has affected services in hospitals. So let me just lead the subheads. Now, health facilities report persistent OTP failures in the SHA system, forcing manual processing and slowing care. Now, your OTP is what?
One-time password.
One-time password.
Yeah.
Ile you've been logged in, then you're told, ongojea kuna message
inakuja kwa simu,
so that we can put that into your information.
Right.
So now that system has a glitch.
Oh, no.
OTP
is
hanging somewhere in the lines. Bado haijaland. So what they are forced to do is to go manual. What manual entry into the system does is it slows down access to care.
For sure.
Assuming you have 1,000 people and you have to
input
one by one, how long are you spending? Now, while hospitals cite a week-long disruption, the health CS denies system-wide downtime. You see, the cabinet secretary sits in his air-conditioned office, right? He has an office in the corner enjoying the views of Uhuru Park and Bunge Towers. That's where his office is, right? But the people who are using the system are telling you, we have been having a glitch for the entire week and it's slowing down the system. It's slowing us offering services to wananchi. Instead of you fixing it, you're saying, that thing is working. You've not even logged into the damn thing.
I just have one
to look at if it's working. Uliza tu.
This system really costs how much pesa?
104 billion.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
If you're going to spend 104 billion shillings on a system, guess what? Even 1 second of downtime, you're not allowed.
You're not.
Because that means, and let me say, things happen technologically. Yes, we know that things happen technologically. We understand that, and that there can be hitches every now and then. But if you're going to spend 104 billion